Hiya, so welcome back. In this session, we're going to try and match color on the colors of this image to this one. So what I'd like to do quickly, just prepare this image. So I'm just going to use the quick selection tool and get rid of this sky. I'm not going to spend too much time on cleaning this up too much. So this quick selection tool, then I'm going to use the plus icon and add more. Maybe around here. And I can hold on to the Alt right mouse button, reduce the radius of my brush. Okay, maybe I'll just remove this guy. So I'm using the plus and minus options to add to my selection, and holding on to Alt right mouse button, I can increase the radius of my brush as a shortcut. Like so. Maybe a bit more there. I think we've got what we need. So yeah, I'll I'll do a mask around this guy. Oops. Obviously, we need to make sure we keep our image. So I'm going to go to select and invert our selection so we can select our image. And then I'll mask it. Here we go. So I think we got rid of what we want. What I like to do, just drag and drop this image into our scene. And I want to make sure the perspective matches as well. So if you look for your horizon line and your vanishing points and so on and so forth. So if I just and we can scale our image down, no problem. What I like to do, I'm just going to try and blend the image into our scene. Opacity is low, so I'm just going to try just get rid of this part. And then I'll change my brush to something a bit sharper and harder, and I'll increase the size a bit more. We want to give it a bit of sense of it's a straight line, and then we try to give it look like there is a raised point there, just to avoid that problem with the perspective and all the rest. You can always go back and fix the perspective with the distortion tool and scaling our object up and down. And I know these characters are here, obviously they determine the scale for us. I deliberately left them there, and this shows that how, this is very close to the image. We can bring it back and forth. The size of the bricks, if you like, the stones, and then when you compare that to the size of the humans in this case, it's not always doesn't look great in terms of scale, but I can make it bigger and maybe get it closer to us, so we can say this image is close to us. We can continue working on that. So on and so forth. Anyway, so let's talk about matching colors. Now, we have been working non-destructively, so there might be some scenarios where you want to use the match color option. So in this case, I don't have the match color option, in the as an adjustment layer. I don't have that. So what we can do, we can go into image, so layer, new adjustment layer, and I think it should be image adjustment, and somewhere it's match color. Here we go. So we want to match the color of this guy, our foreground, to the background. So our source is our background, which is this one, and our source layer is on the background layer. So you can see immediately applied some colors. It tried to match it to the background, so we can now we can fade it, so we can play with our luminance values, our lighting, and then we can play with our color intensity. Let me just focus on that area. Before we do anything, I want to show you that at least a difference. So I'll just put this guy there, and we can focus on this area. Here we go. So let's do it again. Image adjustment, match color. Our source is our background, and it's on the background layer. And we have the target that we want to adjust is this foreground. So that's been, and you can see now, so it's kind of trying to match the color of the background, and we can fade it if it's too obvious, too much. So something like this. Okay, just going to click OK once. So you can see it's got, at least if I use this background as a reference point around here, this cliff, we kind of have similar colors, and it seems to flow well. There is one problem. Obviously, this is not non-destructive, and when you use adjustment under your images image drop-down menu, then what you end up with these adjustments and so on and so forth. But you apply them once. It's not non-destructive. It's not like the adjustment layer, so you just got to be careful with that. Yeah, so this is one thing that you can utilize and take advantage of if you need to. I think I have issues with the perspective that I need to fix. Yeah, we can elevate this. We can get it closer. We can scale it down. The vanishing point is outside of our canvas, so yeah, I'll fix that one. But all in all, yeah, in terms of matching colors, this is another method. But be careful, as I said, it's not non-destructive. You just apply it once and that's it. You don't have to go and rely on your history to be able to go back. Okay, so thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next session.